perfect. Ain't nobody 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 perfect. Ain't nobody.
Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back with the RGL Podcast, Episode 2. I am RGLJXS. We have here Muffin and Sloth, and our guest today is Renzel Washington. Sloth, what's going on with the snake on your neck? What's going on here?
So, I have a snake on my neck. If you guys know me, you know I have a bunch of snakes, and I figured I would bring one of them out today for a little bit. This is my blue-eyed Lucy. She's a female. Super pretty, super sweet snake. She's gonna hang out for a minute.
Hello,
See what
little
happens.
snaky snake. So,
Little sneaky snake.
little snaky snake, little
Living in
snaky
the
snake.
garden.
So, Renz, you know how this is going to go. Welcome, guest. I need you to answer every bot question we have. Do you know all the bot questions, sir? By heart?
By heart, no. But I do know off the top of my head, my gamer tag is RGL RenzXS. I primarily play on Xbox and PC, my main game being Destiny 2. If we're asking who I was recruited by, way back when I joined, it was Lady of Chaos 7. And I was recruited into Iconic, actually, originally as my first clan.
I thought Mike recruited you. Mike didn't recruit you?
No, Mike
What?
Mike
Oh, Mike
ambushed
recruited
me. No, Mike ambushed me in the general chat to get me my vouch, but my recruiter was actually Lady of Chaos 7.
That's crazy. I thought Mike recruited you.
Nope.
No, I can't.
Wow.
Yeah, you and Mike are like the closest of people. I can't believe it was, because me and you have always talked like Lady of Chaos. You have been friends forever, so
Yeah.
it's interesting to figure out who you were actually recruited by. So Muffin, we have the random questions coming up here. What do you have to ask Renz?
Oh yes. Renz, this is a very, very important question, okay? I need an honest answer from you.
All right.
How often do you think about the fact that penguins don't have knees?
Right now. This was the crowning moment where I learned that. But I will tell you that I will not stop thinking about that for the rest of the night.
Yo,
Thank you for that.
She told
Thank
me
you
this
for that.
question earlier this week, and I was like, I had no clue. I was like, I'm thinking how like a penguin waddles, and it's like going like this, but you never see them like bend over, and you're like, what is going on? Like, you don't actually see them bend over or do anything. And where they bend over is like the middle of their back. Like they're just like, it's weird. Like they're just all cartilage. It's insane. Sloth.
Yo, birds are weird.
Yo, birds are
Birds
weird.
are weird. All right, Renz. You know the deal. You have to answer these questions no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I need you to tell me the last 5 things you searched on YouTube.
Last 5 things I searched on YouTube, probably something about cartoons. The YouTuber, not the actual cartoon itself. He's one of my favorites. Definitely probably something about kill counts, because I like to watch horror movie kill counts. I know for a fact that I've YouTube Never Enough by Lauren Aldred, because I jam out to that song in my shower, no judgment. Oh my God, 2 more things that I look up or watch all the time. I love food videos. I'm a big guy. I love watching Gordon Ramsay scream at people because they can't
Dude,
cook.
I love watching Gordon scream at people.
Yeah,
It is
same
the
here.
fucking best.
You fucking donkey.
By far my
Donut.
favorite. By far my favorite. And then this is actually brand new. This would not have been my answer yesterday if you had asked me. But because of everything with DMX, I've been listening to a lot of DMX lately. So he's probably my 5th most recently YouTubed thing.
Word.
Dude, Gordon Ramsay though is a treasure. He's a national treasure.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he's so entertaining.
He is.
He's so entertaining. I could
He is.
literally watch Gordon Ramsay scream at people for hours.
The fish is fucking raw. It's raw.
Well, I also like the things like last night I watched a video about Gordon Ramsay where it was basically like 10 like scandals that you didn't know about Gordon Ramsay.
Scandal.
Yeah, one of which was like allegedly he had an affair for a couple years, like, and was cheating on his wife, and like that's a big thing that not a lot of people know about. And he denies it, of course. Celebrity, why would he admit to that? But the lady got a ton of money in publicity as like hush money off of it. So yeah, big thing, Gordon Ramsay.
Yo,
Did it have the thing about the time he like screamed at a blind lady?
No, it didn't.
What?
But that's because that was on
Yeah.
MasterChef. So in like MasterChef season 3, the lady who won was blind, and he was screaming at her, and he legitimately said like, "Oh, are you blind?" And then yeah, it was just really bad. And
Yeah, it was
Twitter
a big.
ate it up.
It was a big.
Twitter ate it up.
It was a big thing.
hard. Yeah,
He got
that was,
blasted for it so hard.
yeah, Twitter ate that up pretty
Yeah.
badly. So
So do you watch Hell's Kitchen?
I don't watch Hell's Kitchen simply because of the quality. Unfortunately, if you go back on like Netflix and you watch Hell's Kitchen, the older versions, it's like you get this little itty bitty box with the black outline because it was meant to be watched on a box TV. And I just don't like that. I watch some of the newer stuff because again, I like the whole meme about being a fucking donut. But other than that, like, nah, man, the older seasons I've never brought myself to watch because I don't own a box TV anymore.
if they
So you're
were
not watching like the current season?
No,
You
if there's a
watch it
current
all?
season, I didn't even know that it was
Wait,
on.
there's a current
it's
season?
running right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
There's,
have to go and
season
catch up on
19
that.
or
I had no
something.
idea.
Yeah, dude, it's like they're. I don't know if you guys like watch the show. We like to watch Hell's Kitchen. So like they're at the final 3 right now, and it's like it comes out I think every Thursday on Fox. If you guys have Hulu Live, I watch it on Hulu Live. Dude. It's super entertaining. Yeah, they do a season every year. Like they're on like season 19. It's super good. It's so
That's
much fun
crazy.
to watch.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I just go on YouTube and
You-
watch the bloopers all the time.
So for the people that have Disney Plus, National Geographic is on there, and he did. I can't remember for the life of me what the name of the show is. But he did some show where he like travels to other countries and then he like challenges people who live there to like make a meal or whatever. And it's actually super good, and you get to see like other cultures and him try to like make something like they do.
Mhm.
That one's good.
You have to look that up.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that tonight before I go to bed. All right, Renz. The burning questions we have for you.
I thought those were the burning questions.
Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more.
But wait,
Okay,
there's
okay.
more.
We're gonna interview
Okay.
you like the whole podcast, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, when and why did you decide to join RGL?
I actually anticipated this question, and the story is kind of funny. Y'all mentioned that Mike didn't recruit me. I actually had no idea that this group was a thing when I joined. I had Muffin, who's over there for me. Not sure where she is for everyone else,
over
but
here
Muffin.
for me.
Okay, well, Muffin was on my Xbox friends list, and I saw RGL in her name, and I was like, "Oh, RGL Muffin, like, what's up with that?" But I never reached out. And then Lady of Chaos and I were talking one day. I was about to go to work. We were messaging at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm part of this cool new gaming community. Like, you know, if you ever have the time." And I was like, "I really don't, but whatever." And then she was like, "Well, I want to get to lieutenant and I need a recruit. And like, I'm having, you know, I'm trying to get recruits and people to join so I can rank up because that's part of like the requirements." So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll join so that you can have a recruit and nothing more." And obviously that didn't happen because I'm a
Okay,
section leader now.
JXS. Or not J, Renz XS.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
sorry.
right.
I was looking at your
Yeah.
face, Jay.
Yeah, so
Looking
that
surprised.
obviously didn't happen because I'm a section leader now. As far as when I joined the exact date was January 15th. But yeah, I totally joined with the intent to help a friend get a recruit and just sit around and probably be inactive realistically. And then when I found out that like I had all these homies here, like Muffin, Mike, and Mayor was here, Casting Couch, who's not super active, but he's here. A lot of people from old communities were here. And then I found out that Griff was running things. And I was like, "Oh, wow, like Griff," because I had remembered him from my first ever gaming community. So I decided to stick around.
I'm sorry, Renz. I'm watching Sloth struggle
Yeah,
to snake out of
this
his
is
chair.
this is exactly what I didn't want to happen. Like, this is a big ass snake, bro. Like, she's really strong, and she really wants to go through this, but she's not gonna fucking fit.
Yo, imagine like Sloth. Hey, let's bring out the snake around my neck. It's gonna be totally
we go.
fine. Oh, there you go. Just grab some butter, man.
There we go.
Butter.
I'm gonna put her away.
Bye.
Bye. Yo, what's her name?
Oh,
Snake.
she's
What's her name?
Yo, this is Luna.
There you go.
Um,
Oh, Luna, the better Luna.
Yeah, this is the superior
The
Luna.
best Luna.
No, I have the superior Luna. She's
So
griefing
if
me
you
right
guys
now.
don't know, like Mike and Muffin both have dogs named Luna. So I named my snake Luna, so I had the better Luna.
This is my superior Luna right here.
This is my superior Luna.
Yo, is that me? Is that me that you're petting right there? I'm your superior Luna. Thank you.
Yeah, you're.
All right, lay down.
So next question for you there, Renzi Poo. Where do you want to see RGL go from here? From right where we're at now to the future? What would you want? Where would you want to see us go?
I'm going to answer the question biased at first. I would love to see the underdog games kind of start to take a little bit more of a front stage. I think when I joined, Destiny was kind of in a tough spot, and between myself and the work of a lot of the members who put in a ton of time and effort, we brought it back to somewhere that we can be proud of. And I'd like to see that continue in RGL. I'd like to see games like Destiny and Outriders, which we just created a clan for, ESO, which we just did a clan for, Sea of Thieves, and all these things that have like big communities get their time in like the sunlight for us. As far as the clan overall, like the community overall, I think it'd be nice to eventually breach 1,000 members and then see where we are at that point. But I think for me in my head, that's like the big goal, is like 1,000 members.
Yeah, I think that's entirely possible. That's entirely possible.
1,000 would be sick.
Yeah, I mean, I think within 3 months, I think we could have 1,000 people, as long as they're, activity checks and stuff.
Right,
You know.
active people. That's the emphasis. Active people,
Yeah,
because we don't want to be one of those communities either. That's like, oh, we have 5,000 people, but only like 400 are active, because they are out there. They very well are out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of numbers where we've been higher, and then we do our activity checks, and it's like, yeah. We every single member is active. We say like 30 aren't, And that's where it's different from most communities. It's like we have 800 active people currently, you know. So if you guys are looking to join RGL, that's, you know, something that's an upside with RGL. All the members in RGL are active, and if not, we do activity checks. So, all right. So,
And we just hit 800 members.
yeah,
We did just hit 800 members
Yeah,
today,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, we hit 800 members.
all
All right, Renz. We're gonna do a would you rather segment. It's like this or that, right?
Okay.
Some of these are gonna be like kind of rapid and like you just got to answer them quick, and then some of them like we'll kind of talk about. All right.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start with a couple easy ones first. Milk first or cereal first?
Cereal.
All right. Circles or squares?
Circles.
Steak or chicken?
Oh, steak.
All right.
my man. Wait, how do you like your steak?
I like my steak medium rare.
Okay.
So not ruined.
Acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah, not ruined. No, it can't be too dry because that's why I don't like chicken. Is because chicken gets really dry when you cook it too much.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. All right. Would you rather cut off your hand or cut off your foot?
My foot. And here's why. Do you want the explanation on that?
Yeah, dude. Let's talk about it.
So I make jokes all the time, right? I make jokes all the time about like, oh my God, I wish I could suffer this like traumatic injury that I will survive just so that I can just like sit around and have time to play video games all day. Because being a full-time employee, like I work for a law firm, for the people that do know or don't know, whatever. Being a full-time employee at the law firm, coming home to a wife and 2 kids, like it takes up a lot of your time. So I've always made jokes that if I could just like lose a foot, right, I could claim disability and then just play Xbox and work for RGL full time. And the state would give me my RGL paycheck essentially. Plus the other thing is I was doing research on it one day just for like shits and gigs. And losing a hand is not considered permanent disability, but losing a foot is. Yeah, losing a hand in the state of New York is not permanent disability, but losing your foot is.
I mean, I guess you can do more with one hand than you can with one foot.
Exactly.
I get that.
I mean, you could put a wood foot on, and then you'd be totally fine, or a prosthetic foot. You know.
Yeah, but even with a prosthetic, they consider you fully disabled.
No, and that's cool, man. I mean, that's not cool. It sucks to.
Right. It's not. It's not cool. It totally
cool.
sucks.
But have you ever seen those appendages or we're just saying not appendages, but what I just said, prosthetics. Yeah, the prosthetics that are like cyberpunky or like what is it? There's a game that it looks futuristic. The prosthetic looks really cool. Like there's a company that actually
talking about like
they actually like
talking about like
print.
JSX.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, JSX where they have the implants and stuff. Yeah, I've never seen one in person, but I used to work in the medical field, so I've heard of what you're like kind of getting at, where they're trying to make it more realistic, but also implement like prosthetic to nerve ending like connections or something. Like they're trying to step into a place where you'd actually be able to control the limb.
Yeah, because there is a couple companies that do 3D printing and actually do it for like a charity. They'll like 3D print, like they're completely, they don't spend any money. It's just whatever gets donated goes to them, and then they make up prosthetics for kids who lose like limbs.
So the consensus is we're cutting off my foot.
Yeah. Sounds like
sounds good.
You convinced me that if I have to get rid of one, I would get rid of my foot too. You know. All right. The next one is: would you rather have spaghetti for hair or sweat mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise makes me want to vomit, and as a big guy, I sweat a lot, so I would rather have spaghetti for hair.
You'd rather have spaghetti for hair.
There's some factors that go into it, but easily spaghetti for hair. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sweat mayonnaise either. It would probably smell awful.
Mayonnaise is vomit inducing for me. I don't eat mayonnaise. So.
But at least you're sweating off, some type of fat though, right? You're sweating and it's little fat just coming off your into your head. So,
Gross.
It would be gross.
No.
Yeah, but there's like raw egg in mayonnaise though too, so you'd also be.
So if your hair was spaghetti, would you use tomato sauce as gel?
If my hair was spaghetti, I wouldn't use gel. I'd join the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster and wear a colander.
Oh, very nice.
There you go.
So would you
There
say
you
you
go.
do like dreads through the colander holes? Like,
Yes, the
I could. That could be. Yeah, that could be my hairstyle.
Yo, that would be pretty cool. I want to see that now. Some fan art.
Some fan art of Renz with spaghetti hair. Yo, if we have any artists out there that want to make fan art of Renz with spaghetti hair, please feel free to DM them to me.
Yo, sycophants. we need to make this happen. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather hunt for your food, and it doesn't have to be like hunting like with a bow and arrow, like you could like even like gather berries or whatever, right? Would you rather have to forage for your food or eat McDonald's every day for the rest of your life?
I know that I can't cop out, but that's a hard one. I love McDonald's, but I think realistically, after watching Super Size Me as part of health class, I would probably want to hunt for my food. And on top of that, I lean more towards hunting for my food because as a kid, my grandfather used to hunt a lot. So I kind of have an idea of how to use a bow and arrow already. It would suck if I had to live here and do it because we don't have very much like wildland where I live. It's mostly cities and stuff. But yeah, no, if I could live anywhere and hunt for my food or eat McDonald's, I would easily hunt for my food.
So what you're saying is if you had to do it where you live now, you would
I'd
just
have to
eat
hunt
rats.
people for food.
No, you'd hunt feral cats
Oh, feral cats, right? Yeah. I'd hunt the
or
neighborhood
rats.
cat.
or squirrels.
Rats.
listen, squirrels aren't that bad. They taste just
Squirrels?
like chicken, bro.
Squirrels?
They taste
Yeah,
like
there
chicken.
are squirrels here.
Yeah, there you go. You just got to feed them. You feed them up, get a little extra meat on them, and then you're good.
All right, you ready? You ready for the next one?
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right. All right. Would you rather have Baby Shark or the JG Wentworth jingle stuck in your head for the rest of your life on repeat? They're both awful, right?
Probably they are both awful, but here's the thing. I love kids. So being that I have two of them and I've talked to Skelly about hers quite a bit and she's always got that playing in her background, I would say that Baby Shark is ingrained into my lifeblood at the moment. So rather than have them both stuck, because I don't think without like magic I couldn't remove Baby Shark, I'll just bite the bullet and take Baby Shark.
My daughter loves Baby Shark, bro. Harper loves Baby Shark. And she'll
I'll
just
tell you
sing it
what,
randomly.
man. I'll tell you what, man. In Destiny 2, they also released a Baby Shark like emote where your character does the dance and then the and I bought that immediately. And occasionally, if my son catches that I'm playing Destiny with like my section members, he'll run in and be like, "Do Baby Shark right now, do Baby Shark." So I'm just like, so Baby Shark is a part of my culture in this household.
Skelly commented in the Twitch stream that
Baby Shark.
Yeah, if you're a parent, bro, like you know Baby Shark.
Oh yeah, if I wasn't a dad, it would be JG Wentworth easily because I don't want that ingrained in my head, but because it's already there, I'll keep it.
All right. So the next one, would you rather? Who would you rather have see your entire internet browser history? And we're talking everything you've ever searched on the internet, incognito mode or not, right? Who would you rather have see it? Your parents or your boss?
My boss. My boss is the funniest old man on the planet Earth. And for a guy who's owned a law firm of his own and been practicing like law for, I think it's like 48 years, he is mentally not a day over like 21. He is so chill and relaxed. He'd probably laugh his ass off about my browser history. My mom, however, would beat the life out of me. So
all right. The next one is, would you rather sing everything you say or dance every time you walk?
Uh, I feel like people would get pissed at me if I sang everything I said, but I have to go with singing everything that I say. My knees, man, just don't support dancing if I walk. my knees would need a full replacement. That would have to be contingent to that. But no, I would love to sing everything that I
You
say.
don't want to walk and go like do
No.
just like walking through the
No,
store.
Why are
especially
you singing
because
and walking?
especially because I'm not sure like how it is where y'all are from. But if I did that where I was from, they might take my shoes.
They might.
So so I can't dance everywhere that I walk because I won't have sneakers to come home to.
Yo, they would just stare at you really funny here. People would just be like, yo, what is wrong
You'd
with
have
that
to wear
guy?
tap dancing shoes too.
Skelly wants you to sing for the rest of the podcast, Renz.
I can't sing for the rest of the park. I can sing, but the thing is, I would need like Jay's mic because it has really good quality. I'm afraid that like my voice wouldn't be done justice by these headphones.
Yeah, my
Oh,
my
okay.
voice
That's-
is done just
that's
Subtle
the
side.
brag.
Okay.
That's the
Subtle
reason.
Subtle
that's the
brag, you
reason.
got a
Singing
good voice,
voice.
but you're afraid the mic audio won't do well.
Yo, Jay, don't make fun of me. You know I have a good voice.
I know, we've sung at my table.
Oh my god.
Yo, okay, I have a question. When you guys were growing up, like, did your parents get pissed at you for singing at the table, like when you're like eating dinner?
I don't think I ever did. I
I don't think I did that.
I would never sing in front of my parents. Never.
That was like a thing in my house. Like,
Yo,
you
I'm the
couldn't-
total
you couldn't sing
opposite.
at the
Like
table.
my
That's
mom
weird.
my mom encouraged me to sing whenever I could. But my mom was also weird. Like my mom was one of those parents who was like, "Oh my god, my kid is gifted. He can sing." So like anytime I would randomly start humming a tune, my mom was just like, "Yeah, get it."
Get it! Yeah!
So no, like I never got yelled at for singing at the table. Plenty of other things I wasn't allowed to do at the table, but singing was just fair game in my house.
Yeah, my dad had like super weird rules at the dinner table. It was weird. I was just wondering.
So did
All right, the last one's what?
I was gonna see
Go
if I remember we had talked, Renz. You said you took chorus and stuff like that in school.
Yeah, so funny enough, I was actually I was always in like the general chorus, the music classes and stuff. And then when I went to high school, I actually joined a show choir. And unfortunately the director passed away recently, so you know that was a sad event in my life. But I was in a show choir for a couple of years, and we used to travel like the capital region and do different competitions and stuff. So that was like really entertaining. I still sing now, but like again, it always sounds better in person because I feel like the pixelation and shit on the the microphones.
Yo, I mean, you could always come over. We could just do another duet like we did last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Yep.
listen, it was me, Camille, Chelsea, and Renz literally all sing "You're Welcome."
Oh yeah, we were singing songs from Moana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once Camille's cooldown with me is done, I'll come over. I'll sit right where you are. We'll pull up like like SoundCloud, and I'll just like sing, and we'll create an RGL SoundCloud for me.
I'm down.
Yo, so what I'm hearing is RGL karaoke night.
I've been pushing karaoke night
No,
since I
we all
joined.
want it.
Does.
We just
Everyone-
need to
like,
schedule it. We just need to
all
We
schedule
just
it.
say
Everyone
we
wants
need to do
it.
it, but we never
I have
do it.
been pushing karaoke night, and every time a member asks me about it, if someone sings in a party, a member will be like, "Oh, can we do karaoke?" And I'm like,
We'll just have to figure
But
out how to set it up because I've been.
I think, yeah,
It's been a thing.
It's going to be a mess to kind of set up and like organize and stuff.
Because it would.
I don't know. We could definitely we could probably like stream it, put it on the YouTube channel or
Yeah,
something. That would
'cause
probably be cool.
You could do like what we're doing right now, where you're in a lobby. You share your screen. Someone shares their screen, and you go off of the screen. But if there's a little bit of lag, that's where your issue would be.
Yeah. It would definitely be cool. We always talk about how we want to do it, and it just never gets planned.
My sister just texted me and said that she'd join karaoke night if we did it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There it is.
Seal the deal. Seal it.
All right, we're making it happen. We're making it happen. All right. Ready for the last question? This one's a doozy.
All right, hit me.
If you thought the other ones were difficult, you're not ready for this one. All right. Shirts or skins?
Skins hands down. As a kid, I was always really self-conscious because I've always been a big dude, and I was always on team shirts because I didn't want to show off. But now, at 24 years old, man, living my best life with 2 kids and a wife, I have nobody to impress. My wife is not going to leave me for my appearance, so if I run out somewhere shirtless, it is what it is.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. That's gonna be a topic we're gonna do each week or every bi-weekly thing. We'll have new questions.
Every podcast.
Yeah, every podcast we'll do it. So that just something we want.
Shirts or skins?
Yeah, not the shirts and skins.
Yeah,
question.
shirts or
Skins.
skins. Yeah, shirts or skins. No, we're the this or that or would you rather will be every episode segment I'm gonna do. So
Mhm.
It's a good segment. It keeps you on your toes.
yeah, dude, and it's like really good for just like sparking conversations, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not done asking you questions though, so.
Oh, all right.
So, what is a really popular game everyone seems to love, but you don't like?
I'm gonna get banned for this. I don't like Halo.
Ooh, we're gonna have to ask you to
don't.
leave the podcast.
And you know what? I literally said because the podcast is 3 Halo leaders and a Destiny leader. Same company, right? Same company. Both
Not
made by
at all. Okay.
Bungie. But both made by Bungie. The background
The
people
original,
are
yeah,
different, but
Yeah. 343 sucks. Just saying.
yeah,
Go
I
on.
just
Go on.
I don't know, man. Like I try and hang out with Jessie a lot, and sometimes when I hang out with Jessie, she'll ask me to play Halo, and very seldom I'll bite the bullet because she's like one of my best friends in the community. But man, if I don't dread the sound of Halo loading on my Xbox, man, I can't.
Jay
I
is
just
so
can't.
insulted right now.
I just can't. I don't know what it is. I've never enjoyed Halo. Sometimes I'll try and double
Jay
jump
is
like I do in
hurt.
Destiny. Yeah,
What
I'll
don't
try
you
and do
about
like
it?
it's just I don't know if it's the tone of the game for me. It's just a slightly different type of shooter. Like whether it's the movement mechanics or just the general story. Like I think the other thing too is that I was introduced to Halo at a very young age because my dad played it. And it never clicked for me. Like the story never really was like there for me, like attention grabbing. Like some other things. I'm also a product of like I'm one of those people that when I turn on a video game, if there's not an explosion in the intro, like I'm bored. And Halo's very like story. A lot of people are talking all the time when I'm watching it. Like I don't know, man. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yo, what about Halo
So what
2?
about-
What about Halo 2 when he literally sends a bomb into the Covenant ship and explodes? What do you mean there's not enough explosions? No, I get it though.
I mean,
get it.
Well, okay, so campaign aside, right? What about the multiplayer? You don't like the multiplayer?
I've given the multiplayer a shot recently, right? Because I very recently got back into Halo and like giving it a try when I joined this community because we do have a very solid Halo presence.
Oh yeah.
The multiplayer is probably the one thing that I can like kind of enjoy myself in. The problem is when I play, I was introduced to Halo by people like Jesse Crumpley, who play, but like primarily they play like Super Fiesta mode.
Oh yeah.
And
I like Super Fiesta.
because of Super Fiesta, I kind of have this disdain for Halo 5 like multiplayer. I think if I got into like Slayer and like really grinded it out with people who I enjoyed being around and playing with, I could find some interest in it. But it's just not a game that I'll innately pick up and be like, hey, let's play some Halo today.
So,
let's play
who do you
some-
enjoy being around and playing with, Renz?
Yeah, because that sounds like you don't enjoy being around Jesse when you play Halo.
Oh,
No.
Your
No.
best friend?
No. Here's the thing, right? So and I don't want to be like, oh, Renz is a jerk of a leader. if I'm playing something that I'm not enjoying and I'm playing it for a friend, I want to play it with people that I like, people that I want to put myself around. So like, yeah, Jessie, when I play with Jessie, like I enjoy being around her. But like if I was playing with like you three, like other members of leadership who I talk to every day. Yeah, you three. If I was playing with you three, Jessie, and like one more person, if Halo is 6 players or whatever, 5 players,
It's
whatever.
Up to
I don't know.
for big
Depends on the game
Um,
mode.
Yeah, so basically, if I was hanging out with people that I talk to every day that I really know and I can jive with, it would be fine. But like sometimes I find myself in Halo lobbies with like new players, new people, and I just feel like, oh my god, I don't know these people. Like I'm only talking to Jessie, or nobody's talking to me, and I'm playing a game I don't like. It's a big thing for me, man.
Should come hang out and play some big team with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
fun.
we'll just do regular
fun.
Slayer because what? So
Yeah.
like for me, Halo 5, I'm not as big a fan of as with the originals like Halo 1 through 3 and Halo Reach. It's a really big different feel because there's a lot of different movements and stuff like that between 5 and 4, and like 4 is a good mixture between 5 and 3. Listen, just because the sprint, only because they added sprint. I don't care about the Infinity Slayer and stuff like that. That's not. The
I
ordnance
hate
drops.
Halo 4. I hate it. I will not play Halo 4. It's
Look,
so freaking awful.
But you know me, Halo SWAT, man. it had one of the better
Well, yeah,
Halo
like-
SWATs. You know what I mean?
But like Promethean Vision and like the fucking Kill Street shit, like that game, dude, that's not Halo. Nothing about that is Halo. It's friggin' whack. I hate it.
Renz, what you have to do, Renz, is play at one of our Halo game nights because everybody has fun.
I was just
When we
thinking
do a
that
Halo.
what I have to do, honestly, like this past Wednesday, I went to Hump Day Halo.
Mhm.
And like my big mantra, my joke, because when you get read in as a section leader, they say, oh, you have to attempt to attend as many game nights as possible. So if it's a game night that I don't actually want to be at, I will pop in and be like, hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Okay.
Like I pulled the Marshawn Lynch card. But this past Hump Day Halo, I did join. I said that. I went to leave. And then I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. There's a lot of cool people in here. Because there is. We do genuinely have a lot of cool Halo players and members in the Halo side of the community that I just don't get to talk to because I don't play the game. So I think you're absolutely right, Muffin. If I attend the game nights and actually get into it, I could probably find a love for it. But still, at the end of the day, it'll never be a game that I just innately say, hey, let me pop in Halo.
While we're talking
Well-
about paying fines, I just want to mention that I hosted 4 game nights this week, which doesn't usually happen. I usually only
Yeah.
do one.
Yo,
But
Camille
I
just
took one for the
asked,
team.
Yeah, Camille just asked in the chat, what about golf with your Renz? I really think that we need to switch the name of that from Tee Off Tuesday to Golf with Your Renz, and then I'll actually show up religiously. But
you
I
heard it here.
love that game night.
You heard it here.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. My favorite game
Yo,
night is Golf
clip
with
it.
Your Renz.
Clip it right now. You have to hold them accountable.
Hold
Make it
your
come
leaders
golf with your
accountable.
friends.
All right, are we ready for the next question?
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever had a crush on a video game character, and why is it that chick with the fat ass from Resident Evil?
Yes. Yes.
So, it's not that chick with the fat ass from Resident Evil.
Why?
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 Are we
Yeah.
talking about the tall one from... Are we
The
talking
new-
about the bad guy from Village?
The new main villain. in,
Oh, yeah, no. She's too
Village.
tall, bro. She's too tall.
Bro, she's thick though.
Sloth, tall women scare me.
She's actually
No,
So I saw a size comparison. I'm just gonna jump in. She's actually taller than the Tyrant. Did you know that?
I thought you were
I
taller than
did not
Master
know
Chief,
that.
too.
That's
Yeah, she's taller than
terrifying.
the Tyrant, bro. That's insane.
That's terrifying.
I think she's taller than
Yeah.
Master Chief as well. Like I think there's a comparison between Master Chief and her, and she's taller.
Oh yeah, well, fucking the Tyrant is taller than Master Chief.
I'm just throwing out there.
All right, answer the question.
Right. So as far as actually answering the question, I know, like, growing up as a kid, man, especially in the era where video games were first becoming prevalent, 3D graphics were first becoming a thing, going from like pixelated characters to actual. I know that at some point I had to have had like a stupid teenage crush on a video game character. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I want to say I want to say definitely Tomb Raider. If I had to pick one just for
Yes.
podcast sake, if I had to say someone just for podcast
Lara
sake without
Croft.
dodging the question, Laura Croft, watching her go from a blocky, like 8-bit female to a fully
Triangle
fleshed out,
titties.
like 3D model. Easily one of the most attractive video game females if I had to pick one.
Wow. There's so many other ones though.
What about
There's so many other
There
ones.
is
though.
there's so many
What-
other ones. There is so
what
many.
about
other ones.
Joanna Dark? Her
From
N64 to Xbox 360 was just like, whoa.
she was, that was one of the games, like the Perfect Dark series were one of the ones that I never really got to play. Like I owned it because I think it was like free on Xbox at one point, like with gold. But I don't think I ever really played it, so I can't even really reference the character.
I used to play it all the time when I was a kid on the N64. I used to go to this rec center when I was a kid, like after school. It was like an after school program. And we had an N64, and me and all my friends would just like hover around the TV and play Perfect Dark. And it was a good time.
Yo, the girl from
I miss
Horizon
that
Zero
game.
Dawn though. I swear.
Aloy?
Yeah, she had a lot to go through. She actually had a personality. That's, she didn't just have good looks, she had a good personality as well in that game.
Yeah, and I think for me that's what factors into the whole Lara Croft response is that, like, if you play the newer ones, right, it kind of takes you back in the story to when she's first becoming the Tomb Raider, first like really getting into it, and it shows so much character development. And I agree, like whether it be video games or TV, I think you find attraction or at least connection with characters that are actually like people, so
And
to
not a
speak,
robot.
rather than a video game character. Yeah, exactly.
What about Jill Valentine?
Jill Valentine's annoying to me. Like I love me some Resident Evil 3, but man, like when she's arguing with Carlos about, oh, your umbrella,
the voice
like
acting in that
shut.
game was awful.
Oh my god, when she's
The voice
arguing with
acting in that game
Carlos
was
about
awful.
being umbrella, I'm just like, shut up and save Raccoon City already, damn it.
All right, what about Claire Redfield?
You're gonna keep asking
Yeah,
names.
I'm gonna keep
Like,
asking.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep asking names.
I'd ask.
Oh, there goes nothing.
Not
Oh
Muffin.
no, not the podcast.
Yo, is that Nicolas Cage as a space astronaut?
It's Nicolas Cage as the first woman to ever go into space.
Crumply
You're
told me an
welcome.
interesting story about that lady. I don't know if it's true, and it's definitely not appropriate to discuss.
It's definitely not podcast.
Brings up
appropriate.
story that
Yeah,
you
it
can't
is.
bring up.
Yeah, we cannot talk about
All
it,
right.
but we should find out if that's true.
we're gonna move on to the next thing. So we've decided to. What did we decide to name this subject? Muffin's Mega Facts. I
Name to be determined. It's a
yeah.
work in progress.
We might stick with it. We might not. Basically, I just look up 2 random facts, one video game related, one not video game related, and then I tell them to you. So the first one I have is, so if any of you have heard of Parks and Recreation, it's a super good show. It's kind of like The Office. I absolutely love The Office, but I actually like Parks and Rec more than The Office. Don't look at me like that.
No, it is. Listen, it is really good. I've watched it as well.
Yo, Parks and Rec is good. but
I
The Office
love
is
Parks and
way
Rec.
better.
It's
I
because
love Parks and
the
Rec.
first season takes a little bit to get, even though it's like 6 episodes. The first season takes a little bit to get into because you're like Chris Pratt's character is like kind of annoying. You're not used to it, and then you're like, oh man, season 2, this is amazing. This gets really good.
Yeah. But anyways, the fact that I have, in I don't remember what season it is, but they, Ron Swanson, who is played by Nick Offerman, they make this thing where he's Duke Silver and he's like a famous saxophone player in the show. And when the writers had written that, they didn't know that Nick Offerman actually knows how to play saxophone and is actually a really good saxophone player.
He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He's like, yeah, we're just gonna write this in as a joke, and he's actually good at it. Like,
Yeah. I love that show. And then the video game fact I have is, and I don't know if this is still accurate or not because this article is a few years old, but Minecraft is the highest best-selling video game ever.
Ever.
Yes.
I could
I
probably
can
believe
see that because it's on every system. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel like Fortnite would be right behind it because it is because Minecraft's on Game Pass. Fortnite, it's free to play. It's more, maybe not the most whatever it was. I think it'd be the most played free to play game. If we had a free to play game, I think Fortnite would be the most most played
I
free to
think-
play game.
I think Tetris is the second.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, I can see that. Tetris has been around a long time.
Mhm.
That is
I mean, Minecraft has its own friggin' conventions, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, really?
Well,
yeah, it's
Oh
called
yeah, there's
Minecon. Have you
Minecon.
never heard of
Yeah,
it?
Minecon.
dude.
and you have
It's
to keep
like
in mind
a
that
big
like
friggin' thing.
you have like Minecraft, like the base main game, but they have like Minecraft Dungeons and like all of the other little spin-off things that they've made for it, and it's on fucking every console. It's there's a mobile app. It's everywhere. So
It's
Minecraft
everywhere.
also, I know that this is Muffin's mega facts, but Minecraft is by far one of the most supportive games of its creative community.
Mhm.
Obviously, being a game where it's theater of the mind and up for your imagination what you build. As far as DLCs and like extra content, they've also started allowing people to have access to the dev kit so that they can make content, skins, new worlds, etc., and then sell it to support themselves and whatnot. So I think it's awesome. I think that's a great fact.
that's all I've got. So next.
All right, next. All right,
Solid
once you're done
facts.
drinking
Great
there,
segue.
Renz. Once you're done drinking there,
Yeah, I was trying not to cough my lungs out anymore.
So this is going to be a
Over the
really tough
dime.
question for you, and I want you to be able to answer it fully. So,
Okay.
What is your Courtney? You got a movie. Thank you. What is your favorite game of all time and why?
Ratchet and Clink.
Really? Really?
So let me tell you something, and I talked about this in my Ask Me Anything actually, and I don't want to. Well, no, I'll be super deep. It's for content. It's for content. So the thing with Ratchet and Clank, right, is that when I was growing up, my dad was not super available, for lack of better words. I only saw my dad certain times of the year, and those times he was usually working nights. So when I was awake, he was asleep anyways. But on the very rare occasion that I could get his attention, it was usually sitting down to play the original Ratchet and Clank games. Like the first couple games in the series when they did all the spin-offs, and my big excitement was seeing all like the zany crazy weapons that you could get, because Ratchet would either find or make these weapons that were just so otherworldly. Like it was a game of its own, and it was made to compete with like Jack and Dexter and stuff, which is cool as well. But I think the emotional factor for me, like being able to play that with my dad when he actually made the time, as well as like the creative factor, seeing all the crazy weapons and like it being one of the original platformers, I think easily makes it my favorite game of all time.
I would have never guessed that. I would have never in my life guessed that. All right. What game got you into gaming?
Me personally, standalone from my dad, the first game that got me into gaming was probably Pokemon Gale of Shadows on the GameCube.
Pokemon Gale of Shadow. What is that? I've never.
I've
So-
never even heard of that.
No.
It was either that one. It was either that one or Pokemon Coliseum. But basically, the concept of Gale of Shadows was that something, I don't remember because it's been years, but something was like corrupting Pokemon and making like dark Pokemon. And you worked for either you were working for or you were fighting against some sort of corporation that had like snatch balls. So you could steal other trainers' Pokeballs if they were dark Pokemon, and then you could bring them back to the corporation, purify them, and there was still like an Elite Four and stuff. Like they still had the general concept of Pokemon. But yeah, it was like the what's it called? It was like a totally different Pokemon game. Like it wasn't your standard go out, catch whatever you want to catch, train them. Like no, you catch set Pokemon that the devs marked as like dark Pokemon. That's why if you ask people, some people who do recognize the game will remember like Dark Lugia, or if you've ever heard of Dark Lugia, like that was the legendary Pokemon in that game. Like that was the big one.
Huh.
So.
Wow. Yeah, that's yeah. I've never heard of that game. It's really intriguing to hear that because for me, I would have thought it was would be like something from like PlayStation 1 or something like that. That was something that was really popular.
No, I actually I wasn't allowed to have video games until I was like maybe 8 or 9, and by then the GameCube was already out. Like the 360 was coming out. Like my mom really didn't believe in video games, so when I got to play, it was with my dad. But yeah, like my personal first game on my first console was Pokemon Gale of Darkness.
So what was the first console then? GameCube?
Yeah, my first console was a GameCube. One of my family members back home in Massachusetts bought me it and like shipped it when it first came out, and that was like a big thing. I was the cool kid at school because I had a GameCube.
Yeah, the opening to that when you turn on the GameCube was amazing. My brother used to own.
Yeah,
Or the monkey version.
The what?
Oh yeah.
I've never.
Version.
Oh no, I never
like,
saw it.
What?
Yeah, no, I never
Dude, you
saw
can
it.
I think you hold both the triggers. You might have to hold both the triggers and the Z button. I can't remember, but it does like a monkey sound instead.
What?
I'll
you
have
guys
to
never
look
seen
it
that?
up. I've never.
I never had a GameCube.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna have to break out my GameCube.
I didn't have it. I never had a GameCube growing up either. But that rec center I used to hang out with, we had a GameCube there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, I just checked out chat, and Norse remembers Pokemon Coliseum. So if you want to know more, Muffin, go talk to Norse about it.
He's just gonna talk at me. He's not gonna talk to me. He's gonna talk at me about it, and I'm not dead.
That's fair.
Don't be mad at me.
All right, Sloth, Muffin, Renz. Now is the time for character versus character. This is where we battle two characters versus each other. We talk about who we think would win over the other, and bring in facts to bring stuff to the table. So it's not just this person would win for no reason. So Sloth, you want to go first with? So we're gonna be doing Afro Samurai versus Samurai Jack. You want to go ahead?
Yes.
You want to go ahead and tell me why Afro Samurai would beat Samurai Jack?
Listen, give me just a second.
Listen, I didn't bring my notes up.
I was going to say, I don't.
I was scrolling through the suggestion channel because I wanted to shout out Mio Dios Kane, Sergeant and Altered for the suggestion.
Mio Dios, let's go.
Yeah, thanks, bro. This one's really cool. I really like Afro Samurai a lot. If you guys have never watched the anime, it's really, really good. It's only it's like 5 or 6 episodes. I think it's only 5 episodes. It's 5 episodes. It's really dark. It's pretty gritty. Fucking Samuel L. Jackson is in it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's in it. Samuel L. Jackson's character. Trying to think of how to say this. I don't know if I can say this. Samuel L. Jackson's character pretty much smokes weed the entire fucking series. Like he's high the whole time.
Yeah, just say the marijuana.
Well, Twitch is fucking weird. Like I don't know, man.
I'm just scared to say it.
I don't want to get in trouble.
So we're gonna whisper.
Yeah, but anyway, so like, there's a lot of like stoner references and stuff, which is like kind of cool. So, I guess like a little bit of backstory about Afro Samurai. Well, his name, they call him Afro. He's not Afro Samurai, but anyway, Afro. When he was a young kid, he saw his father get killed in front of him. Dude chops his dad's head off. His dad was the #1 warrior in the world. The whole premise for this show is like they have these headbands, and the headbands are labeled. and like there's number one, and number one is like a god, right? And number two, if you have the number two headband, you can challenge number one. So number two challenges number one, cuts his head off in front of Afro, right? So he sees his dad get murdered in cold blood, and then dedicates his life to getting revenge for his dad's death. Sorry if anybody wanted to watch the show. Pretty much. I mean, that's like the first 5 minutes. Okay. Anyway, so if you were to plant Samurai Jack in this universe, and he's an obstacle that Afro has to overcome, he's gonna lose. And I don't really know a lot about Samurai Jack. I don't know like anything about his abilities, but Afro is strictly a swordsman. Like he doesn't have any crazy abilities like a Soul Reaper from Bleach, right? He's just a friggin' amazing swordsman. So he's a master swordsman, skilled enough to deflect crossbow bolts. He can shatter bullets into 1,000,000 pieces, just by swiping a sword. You know, there's a scene where he swipes a bullet and it shatters into 1,000,000 pieces and kills like 30 people standing around him. So he also has the precision to cut a freaking RPG rocket in half, right? So he's got enhanced durability too, so he can survive like dangerous events. I don't want to talk like too much about those, but he's got enhanced strength too. So he can pierce through a person's throat with his sword sheathed. So like just by like fucking stabbing him with the sheath, he can like go through their throat just off pure strength alone. Hand-to-hand combat, he normally only fights with like one hand. And when facing stronger opponents or higher numbers, he'll use two hands. And if he puts two hands on his sword, you fucking lose, bro. It's over.
About to get fucked up.
It's over. It's like I don't know if you guys have watched Bleach before, but there's a captain in the Soul Reaper Society who like doesn't have a Bankai. His Bankai is literally like he uses two hands, and he becomes like the most powerful fucking Soul Reaper in the entire. So it's like that. It's like that. He's super quick, super agile. Like I said, he can cut bullets in half. I think if Samurai Jack is an obstacle that Afro has to overcome to get revenge for his father, Samurai Jack's gonna lose. You know, he's got the will and the determination. And I don't want to talk too much about the show and give examples from the show in case everybody wants to watch it. I mean, the guy literally becomes a fucking god.
All right, you're gonna hear my side of why that's not gonna be a thing.
Sure.
So to backstory with Samurai Jack, basically he was young unnamed prince. His father was actually given the sword, magical katana, not sword, from Rama and Odin. It's used to basically it has certain spiritual abilities with it, so it's not a regular sword there, Sloth. It's not just a regular katana. So his father ended up getting kidnapped by the demon Aku, and then pretty much Samurai Jack was left alone for 8 years trying to find the sword that was given to his father. He gets the sword, tries to hit Aku with the sword to destroy the shapeshifter. Ends up getting put back into a time portal, and gets sent into the future of Earth, where like super futuristic, so you just have this guy who has a supernatural sword, who literally has to fuck shit up with enemies, with just enemies from the future. So he's literally going through breaking time to go and fight enemies to get to Aku, and every time he'd get done with something, Aku would fuck with him. So with his So I have a list here of what his strengths and weaknesses are. One of his weaknesses is he is very vulnerable to disease. He is a human, so he can get disease very easily. And with going to places he's never been before, it'd be pretty easy for him to get sick. But one of his strengths is he can use any weapon he grabs a hold of. He is not shy of using guns. His supernatural katana, anything he puts in his hand in, he's automatically good with. One of his weaknesses, he is very bad with seeing. His foresight is very bad. He's in the moment, not about future. So he puts his all in the right now, but not into the future. Courage, he's very courageous. He does not back down, which I don't think he would back down against Afro Samurai. I don't think he would give up easily. Another thing is stamina. He literally he's just jacked, man. If you've ever seen the show where he takes off his rope, he's just got a 6-pack and his pecs, and he's just built, man. You don't mess with him. We also have he's very gullible for a weakness. You could tell him something and he'd believe it. So it's just with that, it's like Afro would be like, hey, yeah, just go off that cliff and there'll be something for you, and he doesn't go die. But with meditating, he basically brings it around to where he can focus and be able to use his supernatural sword or katana to defeat Afro Samurai. He actually had a love of some sort that Aku actually turned into a shapeshifter, which kind of hurt him in his past. But coming from that, his temperament and strength, he could literally sit there and he'll wait for the other person to make the move. So with Afro Samurai, I think it'd be a close matchup. But I think with the supernatural katana and being able to be courageous and be able to hold his own, I think Afro Samurai would not be able to hold up against Afro Samurai, because Samurai Jack has seen more throughout his time through going through time portals, which wasn't in his control, so he could have has seen more to take out different enemies. That's not just swordsmen.
So I get where you're coming from.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna say that like you're wrong, but you're wrong. And now I want to encourage you to watch the show, because I don't want to talk too much about like the fights and like the way things happen and who he fights, because it's I don't want to give the show away, but you should definitely watch it and then tell me what you think.
Where could I watch said show?
It's everywhere. It's on Hulu.
How long are the episodes?
It's everywhere.
On
It's on
Netflix.
Hulu.
It's
probably
on
on
Netflix.
Netflix. Dude, it's
Joke
five
wrong.
freaking episodes.
How
bro.
long are the episodes?
You probably find it on YouTube.
He's looking up right now. All right, Renz.
I got you.
Between what me and Sloth had brought to the table, who do you think would win?
I gotta say, honestly, man, I've never seen Afro Samurai, and Samurai Jack is only something that I've seen a little bit more than never at all. But put into perspective, I think Samurai Jack does have an advantage in the fact that he focuses everything that he has into the here and now. But I also know that, like, putting it into a real life perspective, there are plenty of people in the world that could probably kick my ass. But if my kids were on the line, if I was avenging my children or my family, there's not a mountain that I wouldn't climb. So I think having that goal of like avenging his father and the passion behind that, I think the energy behind that, and not letting anything stand in his way of avenging his father, I think that kind of gives him the edge. I think it would be a very close match. I think it would be one that ends with the winner being pretty ragged. But I think having that aspiration of like avenging his dad, no matter what the cost, would give it to Afrojack or Afro Samurai.
Afrojack.
Yep.
We said that so many times.
Love me some Afrojack. But yeah, no, Afro Samurai.
Afrojack. What about you, Muffin?
It's on Funimation and Hulu, bro. Funimation and Hulu.
How long are the episodes?
20 minutes.
Okay. Oh, cool. That's...
Yeah, it's like a normal episode. Yeah,
oh, so it's a cartoon, but it's only 5 episodes long. Show me wrong.
Did you just say a cartoon?
He did say
Oh.
cartoon.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
No, it's an
Oh.
anime.
It's Japanese cartoons.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
It's not like
Oof.
the art style for this is not at all like any other anime you've ever seen.
Listen,
But
my
it's-
favorite anime is The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's all I'm saying.
It's very dark and gritty.
We're gonna kick you
It's
off the
very dark
podcast
and
now.
gritty.
You're not welcome back.
All right, Muffin. Who do you think would win?
I've only seen a very small piece of Afro Samurai, and I think I can say the same for Samurai Jack. But I think I've seen more of Samurai Jack than I have of Afro Samurai, so I don't really know much about either of them other than like what you guys have told me. But I think I am gonna have to side with Sloth on this one.
Oh my god, it's a 1-3. It's a 1-3.
1-3, Afro
Wow.
Samurai.
Dude, you can't underestimate you can't underestimate avenging your father, bro.
No.
You know.
Yeah,
He
that
saw
is
murdered
the
in
pretty
front of your
that is the
face,
pretty heavy
you know?
swing factor for me. Like,
He dedicated and he's young too. He's young when this happens. He dedicates his entire life to hunting this guy down and getting revenge for his father.
I'll tell you what, Jay. I'll watch both of them, and then if I change my mind, I'll let you know.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing too is that he was literally like a Samurai Jack.
oh, by Godspeed.
Samurai Jack's father was taken hostage by Aku. His mother had sent him on a mission to go get his father back, and it took him 8 years just to get to the sword to then get to Aku. Like, so that's where it's like they literally had somewhat the same mission. You know what I mean?
So you right, but also here's where it deviates, right? And here's where I still think that Afro Samurai has it. Samurai Jack was going to save his father, but the bad guy, the goal was to slay Aku. Whereas with Afro Samurai, the goal is not an external being. The goal would be Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
Like because we're ideally thinking like and granted, me and Sloth are saying if you were to drop Samurai Jack into Afro Samurai's world and be like, this is your next obstacle, there would be nothing that, you know, he could do to stop him from going through him. I think in a neutral playing field, it might be an even more even match than it is currently. But their backstories do vary in the way that Samurai Jack is going after Aku, a demon shapeshifter. Afro Samurai is going through human beings to avenge his dad. Like, that's...
No, I get it. I'm the only one that wants Samurai Jack to win. I get it. Well,
The next podcast is going to be Jay's funeral.
what's Muffin back there?
First
Rip.
Renz said he didn't like Halo. Now we don't agree with him.
Oh my god, I know, right? I'm just setting myself up for defeat. I'm not going to be allowed back at the
That is a
golden
large
gates
box.
of where Jay
That is
lives.
a large box.
That is a large box.
All right, so guys, next thing what we're gonna do here, we're doing the Jay's box of mystery.
Oh my god.
So I have something in this box.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you 2 truths and a lie, and I'm gonna come up with them right now. 2 truths and a lie. You need to guess what's in the box, off of what I tell you, off the 2 truths and the lie. Okay. So you can hang this on the wall. It is from the Star Wars universe. It can fly.
Is it a replica Millennium Falcon?
No.
I don't know the things in your house, so now this is really difficult.
I do know some of the things in his house. Is it a photo of Star Wars characters?
Nope.
Is it a picture?
No.
Okay.
You know, in that very back corner, to the left side of Jay's head, for anyone watching, there's a pop figure stand. And I'm like digging through my skull to remember all of Jay's pop figures. Because maybe there's one that is from Star Wars.
What if that's a lie, though? What if it's not from Star Wars?
Oh, maybe it's not from Star Wars. Oh my god! I
We're all
never even
stuck on
considered
Star
that.
Wars stuff, but what if it's
I
not Star
never
Wars?
what if it's
considered
not
that.
Star Wars?
You can hang it on your wall and it can fly.
But what if it can't hang on the wall?
What if it
What
can't
if
fly?
it can't fly? That's the whole point.
Shit, man.
Does anybody watching on Twitch have any guesses?
Yeah, guys.
Y'all
You
can-
Skelly
y'all
said
can
that it
join
could
us.
be.
Yo,
Skelly
ask
said that it could be the
question.
Death Star.
You can't hang the Death Star
You
on
can
the
hang it
wall,
on the
though.
wall. It's from Star Wars, and it can fly. So
Okay, but is it a Funko Pop?
Yeah, is it a pop?
no.
Okay.
Okay, because Camille says to give another hint, but I don't want another hint. I want to.
It
Leah said Choppa Fett.
was
Yo, I'll
made,
fight you.
It was made personally for me. Renz, you have seen it. It actually was next to where my pops were on the wall.
It was made.
Yo, is it that signed picture?
No, because that's not.
So,
No, because
remember-
that's over here. He's talking about something in the back there. It was made personally for Jay. Oh my god, I do know what it is, and you're gonna tell us, and it's gonna hurt me so bad.
Jesse is
Is it
guessing
one of your
the sword.
swords?
No,
The
not-
energy sword?
Not the energy sword. So
It's not the energy
No,
sword.
because those are over here to his right as well.
They're saying they can barely.
Oh my god, no. Hold on. Wait. Is it? It was made for you personally.
Yep.
It's not. Is it not the Baby Yoda thing? Is it the Baby Yoda thing? Oh my god, I know what it is, bro. I know what it is. Is it the Baby Yoda thing?
It is the Baby Yoda thing.
Yes! Oh, I
Fucking
love
guessed
it.
that. I never would have fucking guessed.
It's the Baby Yoda thing.
That makes me want to show you guys something my sister made me. Hold on.
Oh my
didn't
god,
even
that's
know you had
fantastic.
that.
Yeah, but it's always
Yes.
it's in my background
So the
every time we
last-
talk though. Like you can actually
It's
see it in my
it's
background.
always way in the
Bro, I've
back, but
never
the thing
seen it.
is, yeah, man, yeah.
My sister painted this for me.
That is beautiful.
Yo, that's dope.
So
I'm so glad that I guessed that.
So if you guys don't know what this is, these are actually perler beads that you put on a little thing with the little pins. You put them in and then you just iron it. And my buddy actually makes these for his business. But I had ended up getting two of these, sending one down to my buddy who in Louisiana because he's a big Star Wars fan. But this is something else I want. I ended up keeping this one because it's adorable, and Baby Yoda's amazing. So that
It is hanging in the open concept bathroom. Yes.
yeah. It's literally it would be sitting like if I was to hold it.
Yeah.
Like it'd be sitting over here on.
It'd be
ledge
like
back
right there. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I have
never
also
would've
in
guessed you
retrospect. Yeah, in retrospect, I've also been in Jay's house like 3 or 4 times.
The
So
Baby Yoda.
I have seen that more than once.
He says it's the Baby Yoda thing.
I was like, all right, I kind of have to give it to him because he did say the Baby Yoda thing. There was no other.
I had no idea what it was called.
But
I had no idea what it was
The
called.
lie is that it could fly because if you could hang it and it's from Star Wars, it definitely can't fly. But technically, what's he in is it can float. So it was.
That's
It
So
hovers.
when
Floating
you
and flying
said-
are different.
I was gonna say it does only hover.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, floating and flying are different.
So Sloth, you wanna?
Yeah, so that's pretty much like everything we have.
Nope.
Um,
There's a couple more.
Well,
things.
no, I mean, you want to do this other stuff?
Yeah, well,
I mean, we can
just
do it. All right, all right.
the other two. The last one here, this one, we don't have to do.
Okay, all right.
So these two, you should.
So we're close to finishing up the podcast. We just want to give a quick shout out to Arma for our jersey and merch store. Hopefully, by the next podcast, the 3 of us will have jerseys and we can kind of show those off. I think Jay was you were supposed to get yours today, right?
No, Legacy, RGL Legacy is getting his today, so hopefully we can see.
Oh.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see his jersey, see what it looks like in person.
Yeah, I'm super excited for people to start getting these. The jerseys look so freaking cool, man. And I know you guys don't really know, but we spent a lot of time getting these jerseys designed and talking about these jerseys and like
It had to be over 20 hours worth,
just
just in like
dude,
2 weeks
it
worth
was
of time.
insane. And like Griff put in way more hours than anyone else. Like, shout out to Griff, man. These jerseys are awesome. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys haven't seen them, go check out the Arma store. You can find the link in the Discord, or I believe there's one down below.
Yep.
We
It's
got
RGL. It's the merch tab. The merch tab will bring you right to the Arma store. If not, we also have the Teespring store, which has our clan specific
Mhm.
yeah,
merch
I was getting
store, which you can use the link down there under the merch tab. So,
Tucker said we have to do clan breakdowns.
oh,
We're not doing clan breakdowns.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
this is the podcast, not the leadership meeting.
So Sloth, what's new in RGL right now? What else do we have going
What's new in RGL?
What's
You know,
going
this
We
is
just did a bunch of promotions.
Yeah.
yeah, we did just promote a bunch of people. This is kind of a terrible question to ask me because I've kind of been away for a little bit.
All right, so
I guess
ask the newest community leader.
no. Promotions. I mean, the promotions are a pretty big deal. Mike got promoted to Mike Ghost #America. However, you know him. I know him as Mike. I've only ever called him Mike. Just got promoted to council leader. Shout out to Mike. Bryce or Prime was a council leader. He recently stepped down and retired. He's just got a lot of stuff going on in his real life. We appreciate you, Bryce, if you're watching. Bryce has been here. I think the only other person who's been here like longer than Bryce is me. I mean, he pretty much helped me form the Halo community into what it is. You know, we worked really close together, getting it to the place it's in now, man. And I probably couldn't have done it without him. Shout out to Prime, dude. Even though you changed your gamer tag and got rid of the RGL, we still love you. But yeah, Prime retired. Muffin took over the community leader spot. Thanks for all your hard work and dedication and countless hours you put in making RGL great. And then Tucky,
Guillermo,
aka Guillermo, aka Guapa the Gillies, aka William Brown, just got promoted to XD or division leader. Again, Tucky's just kind of one of those people who helped turn the Halo community into what it is. Tucky's been an amazing section leader. He's been here for frickin' ever. I recruited him, by the way.
Oh, really?
Subtle brag.
Yeah,
When did you recruit him?
recruited Tucky.
Like how long
Man.
ago? He's like, shit.
God, I have no idea, bro. It's been
He's in the chat,
forever.
Tucky. When did you get recruited?
I'm gonna say it was like this last year in the summer sometime, like maybe July or August.
I think he joined around the same time that I did, honestly.
It
think
was
he
in the
joined, like,
summertime. I know it was in the summertime.
He joined like shortly before I did, I think.
July 24th, 2020. See? July. I knew it was in the summer.
How do you guys know the exact days? I don't remember that shit.
I know when I joined, it was November 10th. I got recruited by Streak.
I just remember it was like right before my birthday.
If you just search your
Yo.
name and then go to the
Well,
oldest, you can see the day you joined.
That's
Yeah,
too much
for
for me.
anybody watching, I'll look up the date that Muffin popped in the server and I'll drop it in the clan.
Well, there you
And
go.
if you're watching and you're not in RGL, join the clan so that you can find out when Muffin joined.
But yeah, shout out to Tucky getting promoted to division leader, dude. We appreciate all your hard work and your countless hours that you put in making RGL what it is. I cannot say enough about the leadership that we currently have. You guys are awesome. Like this clan, honestly, would not community. I don't like to use the word clan. This community would not function without you guys, straight up. And then London. aka European Jesus, who's probably not watching. He's in the UK. But London, if you're watching, congrats on getting section leader. We look forward to working with you and helping you grow your section and turn it into something great. So yeah, we had the new promotions.
He's like,
I think that's
let me go to the excess and up notes real quick.
Yeah, let me just look.
London is starting a Rocket League game night.
Ooh.
I don't remember what day or what time it is, but he's starting that, and I'm grateful to him because now I don't have to have it in my rotation for Manic Mondays because I hate that game.
Just put Star Wars Battlefront back in.
We could do that. We could,
because that's not being hosted anymore, is it, on Saturdays?
No, not that I know. Not unless somebody else wants to do it.
On topic of big things that have happened while Sloth has been kind of, sort of, barely on LOA. We did. I just want to give a shout out again to Tucky. I know, shameless plug on Tucky, but also to Sycophus, both of which just got inducted recently into the RGL Hall of Fame. Basically, most of the leadership team is in there, but these are some of the people that I know, at least coming up through the ranks, like I've looked up to. These are a lot of the folks that I've tried to kind of model my leadership style off of, and seeing Sycophus and Tucky get their day in the limelight there was a really proud moment for us, I think, for a lot of people who know them and know the work ethic they've put in. So just wanted to make sure we got that into the podcast as well, because it's a big, big moment for some people.
I just want to, while we're talking about Sycophus, I just want to throw in that Sycophus is Jeremy Renner confirmed. Pass it on.
Sycophus is Jeremy Renner. Pass it on.
Sycophus is Jeremy Renner. Pass it on.
I think. You have anything else, Sloth? Muffin, you have anything?
I think that's it.
I mean, we have some other stuff that we just can't talk about right now because it's still being planned.
We're working on it. We can tell you this. We've got some stuff in the works. So just be on the lookout.
There's always something in the works behind the doors.
There's definitely some really big, cool stuff coming that we just can't talk about yet.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, like with leadership, we meet every week. Like we're very active, and we're always looking to make the Discord or community better. So if you guys, ever think like, oh, I wonder what leadership does, we meet every week, and we try to make the Discord and community better for you guys with your suggestions and everything. On
literally every Monday.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. No, it's not bad.
It's cool too, because when you go over people's suggestions, because there is so many of us, it's you get different ideas from people that you would have never thought of, which is it's really been a great with the new ticket tool. It's been pretty awesome. I've been enjoying it a lot.
The new ticket tool is really nice.
But I think that's it. Do you want to add anything else? Anybody want to say anything? Any questions, comments, or concerns, like a clan meeting?
I just want to shout out Norse real quick, who's making coffee in the background.
I want to shout out Cami for being a mod for the Twitch and basically running notes about what we can do for next time to better the podcast. If you guys have anything that you think we could work on, anything that we could make the podcast better, we do have a character versus character channel. We do have make suggestions in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you can always message us on the Twitter, Facebook, anything like that. If you are watching, to reach out.
There's
to
a link
us.
Below too, right?
There is a link below to our Discord. There's a link below to our Facebook. There's everything. All of our social media is on there. So message us. Make sure if you are watching and want to see something in the podcast, we can try to add it to the podcast. But other than that, I think we're good.
Hi,
guys.
Kitty. She keeps asking us to say hi.
Hi, Kitty.
Hi, Kitty.
Also, before Jay cuts to our outro, I just want to give a shout out as the guest host. Shout out to everybody around me, wherever I'm located against them.
You're below me. Like, I can just... I can teabag Renz! I can teabag Renz!
I hate you so much. But no, for real, shout out to all of the, the three of you for putting this together. I will say, I will say that
Yeah.
podcasting is one of the hardest things to do, whether you're doing it just to be friends
Wait, I have to
or
go this way.
doing it with
You go the same
a
way.
gaming community, whatever the case may be. I think it's great that y'all put it together because we've been in other communities. I know Muffin has, where the podcast is presented and nobody wants to pick it up because it's a ton of work. So shout out to y'all for making it happen. I thought the first episode was great, and I had a hell of a time on this episode as well. So thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, and that's what we want to do. We, me and Muffin and Sloth and Camille had ended up doing stuff this week for the podcast, and we sat down and we're like, man, there's a lot of stuff we want to do, and we just don't know where to go from there. And to have the final product now, I think it went really well. Like, this ran longer than the first podcast, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And it was a load of fun, and I had a great time. And didn't know that penguins didn't have knees, so that was
You're welcome.
something I did not know.
I hope that keeps you up at night.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
It's definitely going to.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to.
But all right, guys, I think we're headed out here. Everybody want to say goodbye before we leave? We will see you guys later. Our next podcast is April 24th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. We will see you guys later. Take care. Bye.